Okay, so if you're watching this, we finally made it, guys. We finally went live on the YouTube. Just a little quick intro, really. So, 3 years ago, two of my friends and I, we started a business. And then, yeah, we started a business, wanted some freedom, no investment, no handouts, nothing like that. Just straight grit, determination, and a vision. And then, about a year in, your boy was in some debt. We was in the trenches a little bit. Decided I wanted a new environment. I wanted to see if I could kind of change my reality by changing my environment. I booked a one-way ticket to Thailand just to see if I could make it happen and kind of turn things around. Fast forward to now, 3 years into the game. I've had the pleasure of traveling all throughout Europe, Southeast Asia, and now South America, and different parts of North America, like in the US and stuff. I'm currently in Medellín, which is what the focus will be in this video. And yeah, obviously, in terms of what you can expect, it'll be a mixture of business, of course. That's what's allowed us to kind of travel to these places and live this lifestyle. So I'll do my best to drop some business advice and business gems that I've learned along the way. And then I'm heavily focusing on the cultural aspect as well. A lot of these places, people will either not be able to come and travel to themselves, or they have a negative connotation to places due to like propaganda and just things not being showcased in the right way, right? So for me, I'm going to do my part and kind of really showcase what my experience is like, but also aspects of these places that I'm staying in for months at a time in a more raw and authentic manner, in a more truthful way. So this video is going to be focused heavily on Colombia, specifically Medellin. We have everything that I've kind of experienced, things that stood out to me, and then also we have something really cool, which is an interview with someone that grew up in the Comuna 13 area for nearly 3 decades. So that is something that was really, really interesting. So without further ado, enjoy this. It's a creative endeavor for me, something that I haven't really been doing for a long time. I haven't really been creative, so the production value is not insane, but I think you're going to really see the value in it in terms of what we're showcasing, and over time we're going to be able to provide some value to the people. So yeah, enjoy. So we are now in Medellin, Colombia. Immediately upon arrival, I could just, the energy here is different. If I had to describe it, I would say it's a mixture between the chaos of Bangkok and then the peacefulness and like the more tranquility that you get with Chiang Mai. Beautiful mountains, interesting but consistent infrastructure, and there's just so much life, so much energy, and super clean, super vibrant. Lots of green nature as well. Excited to explore and document a little bit more about what this city really has to offer.
Imagine this. You have a house. I actually heard this is a real story. Imagine this. You have a house in the countryside. You have some cows, a couple of horses. I mean, you don't make that much money, but you have that in your place. So you have a good life, right? And you have a wife, a couple of kids. You live with your mom and your father probably. And one day, one guy comes at 10 at night, knocks at the door, you open, and he goes, you know what? We don't want you here anymore. Now the gorillas are the owners of your house.
It's like the mafia, basically.
You have 2 hours to leave. In 2 hours, we're gonna come back. We're gonna kill everybody. What you do?
You're going to die, right?
That actually, I heard a story like that in the House of the Memory Museum. It was a lady. She said these guys came and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill everybody here if you don't leave." She lost everything she had.
They just had to like leave it behind. So what was the outcome of that? Did they?
So they came to Medellín.
Right.
So imagine you build a house. You have nothing in your pockets. You have nothing in the bank. You just have you and your hands. Because they couldn't. I mean, they grabbed some things, but they couldn't take everything
Whatever
out.
you can carry, right, which is limited.
So like the police kicks you out, you just come back, or you just try to find a place where to live. Like you don't have a place where to live. So that's why like people in Colombia are so resilient, because like when you have nothing, when you are at the bottom, what's the only thing you can do?
You can only go up. Yeah, and they've been resourceful as well with such a limited material. What was the catalyst for that big change?
Okay, that's part of the tour.
Okay.
So brother, like so when people finally established in here, in the late 70s, beginning of 80s, the government abandoned the area. Like they considered this an illegal settlement.
Right.
So there was no water, no electricity, no schools, no hospitals, nothing, no sewage system. In the 90s, that changed because a lot, like some people started to buy land. Some people got the land legally from the government, so they had to pay taxes. The government became very flexible. They started to help people. They put asphalt on the roads, because people were paying taxes. So mostly in the 90s, they built all these: the water system, the sewage system, electricity. No, well, at first people built their own systems illegally.
Right.
They connected to the water system illegally. Same thing with the sewage, But then in the 90s, the government built the proper sewage, proper electricity system, all this. Then in the early 2000s, we got like natural gas, and now people, like most people have these things in there. I know it looks very poor, but most people have the basic things covered. So the 90s were, I would say, bittersweet years because the government was working, they were helping the people. If you lived in a wooden house, they gave you bricks so you could build like a proper house.
The next stage of growth.
But they never thought about security. They never was a big concern. So guess what? Guerrillas were trying to expand into the big cities because they thought if they wanted to control Colombia, they had to control the big cities: Bogotá, Medellín, Cali. ELN came to Comuna 13 in 1984. FARC came in 1991, 92, kind of. I was born in 1992, so by the moment I was born, the two biggest guerrilla groups in the country were in Comuna 13 killing each other.
So that's probably at its peak, would you say?
Well,
the violence.
No, the most violent time I would say was 2002. That was the most violent.
Oh, so it was kind of like brewing from when you was born to early.
When ELN was here, on the ELN, place was okay. But when FARC came, the violence started in a really big way. Yeah, because they were trying to get as much land as they could. You know what? The control of territories.
Yeah.
Have you heard of machine gun in real life?
Not machine gun, only a shotgun. And a pistol.
A machine gun or a rifle. Those things are loud. Very loud. Let me show you something. These are actual real bullets.
Real bullets?
I collected from the streets when I was a kid.
For real?
Yeah.
And are these the same? Was it cut off, or are they from two different guns?
Different guns. This is from a revolver. This is from a rifle.
Ah, pistol, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a handgun. It's a small thing.
Right.
Very small.
And so was it normal for you to walk around and have this in the street?
I found a lot of this. Like actual bullets that were shot.
Oh, so when it shoots, does it come out that?
Yeah. All the guns have in Spanish we call them hammers, like martillos. This is full of gunpowder. It's just that someone removed this, so the gunpowder is not there anymore. But when this is hit, this explodes. This goes to a side, and this is the bullet.
Ah, okay.
This thing is the bullet.
Oh, so it's tiny.
Yeah. So this is the thing that kills you.
Right. I mean, yeah. Obviously, you collected this, but so you just see this quite often.
Yeah, it was very common.
So you said that you was desensitized to stuff like this, and you said, did I ever hear a machine gun? Is that because you? Like,
And I heard that every couple of weeks.
Oh.
It was very common. Like when I was a teenager, I could recognize. I don't know if I can do it now, but I could recognize the sound of different guns. Like if I heard, I was like, oh, that's a revolver. That's a machine gun. That's a rifle.
So let's say obviously you're someone that's grown up here, and you're not involved with any of the violence. You're just growing up here. Was you kind of scared about going out, or was it normal? Like, could you just walk around? Like, what was going through your head?
I was not, brother.
Yeah.
Look at this bullet, 556. Blackhawks shoot 50 caliber bullets.
They're huge, right?
They're huge. Yeah, they're quite big.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. So, when they were shooting these from the helicopters, were they very specific about where they was aiming, or was you worried that maybe an innocent person would be kind of in the firing line?
Most victims in Colombia in the conflict are innocent people. People that had nothing to do with the conflict. Look at this picture. I have to say, I saw this in real life, unfortunately.
And these are like full military, like assault rifles, would you say?
But look at this guy.
Marked up. Why is he fully marked?
He's an informant.
So for what, the guerrillas? Or
He's working with the government, and he's telling soldiers where the guerrillas were. If this guy pointed at you in the streets,
you'd be dead?
he took you to jail without making questions. 89 people died, 55 were injured, 107 people disappeared. They were taken, never came back. We don't know what happened to them. They say allegedly 355 people ended up in jail, and they were accused officially of being part of the guerrillas, the guerrilla groups.
So in 2002, 2003,
Yep.
this is what the streets look like in, you say Comuna 13, or is that an incorrect way of saying it? Yeah.
That's a place called Las Independencias.
I mean, and how old was you when you saw that?
11.
11.
But I saw this in another place. I'm pretty sure it was the same people. I was playing football with my friends in the streets.
Yeah.
And then these guys came. This guy pointed at a house. Soldiers came, destroyed the door, go into the house, took like 6 people out. With their own shoelaces, they tied their hands, they were taken. We don't know what happened to them.
That must have been scary as a kid, right?
That day I was like, we just remained like silent, seeing what was happening. Because we were kind of well far. We were like here, and that was happening like in that house.
Okay.
You know? So we were just like,
Just witnessing.
yeah. I actually felt afraid of going back home, because I was like, probably they saw us, that we saw them doing this.
Yeah, and it would go tell them the witness, yeah.
But didn't happen, thank God, didn't happen. And after these 7 days, the guerrillas were gone. You know, the place was beautiful, peaceful. Peace lasted 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. And why is a story I'm going to tell you in our next step.
So you look at these murals and think street art. But that's not what this is on its own. This is a neighborhood saying we survived. We fought back. The escalators? Sure, they sound practical, right? But when you've spent decades and literal decades climbing these hills while bullets fly overhead, they're a little bit more than that. Their dignity and recognition that these lives mattered. Check this. Colombia's thinnest alleyway. Oh, and it's got steep stairs as well. Fuck. Buenas tardes.
Hola, Emanuel, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios.
Excelente.
Estela,
Perdón.
¿cómo está?
Entiendo un poco de español.
Muy bien. Así que,
Mucho gusto. So Sergio hands me a spray can at the end of the day. My contribution, a few wobbly lines, a smiley face, amongst, masterpieces we've seen throughout the day. But that's kind of the point, right? Comuna 13 didn't just erase what happened here, they painted over it. That's the difference. Got a little mic now, upgrading. But yeah, literally today, just wanted to showcase a little bit about what we've been working on. Mike behind the camera, he's been a real legend. He's basically been helping us build out case studies for some of our largest clients. DuckDuckGo, which is a large search engine, Ecosia, both large search engines,
both at the enterprise level. Both of them, essentially, when they come to me and they're trying to sort of explain their goals, they're trying to compete with Google. Of course, that's easier said than done. Now, what does that actually mean? They're going to have to spend budgets like this, multi-six figures. Now, this isn't just for, sort of vanity and stuff like that, but basically, this is the kind of dents that these enterprise businesses actually have to make, and that's just to gather data and learnings. When it comes to learning a service, long story short, the best thing that I've seen is just to choose one service and basically learn the ins and outs of that industry and be prepared to learn it for a few years. And then also another thing is, as I said earlier, we're just getting attacked by wasps here, bro. But as I said earlier, when you learn a skill to a certain level, if you have that perfect balance between being able to maintain the quality of the service and delivering it quickly at scale, that's basically the biggest learning I have, because ultimately that's what allows you to go from being, a freelancer, for example, to actually scaling a business. So yeah, just choose one skill, really hone in on it, and then learn how to do it in a repeatable manner. But yeah, more to come.
The money that we had for H2 2025, the money that we're spending right now, is already allocated. I have 30,000 euros from now to the end of the year. Maybe we can do something, I don't know, like a Black Friday campaign in December, whatever. So, talking about the situation, that's the situation now.